Hello ninjas and ninjas, and welcome to another episode of the Exposure Ninja Digital Marketing Podcast. My name's Tim, I run Exposure Ninja, which is a digital marketing agency based in the UK, and this podcast is all about helping you to generate more leads and sales through your website. In this episode, I'm joined by Loz from Exposure Ninja, back by popular demand. He's here to talk about 3 exciting Facebook updates, so exciting updates to the Facebook ad platform. Loz spends all his time doing Facebook stuff, so he's a real Facebook geek, and I know he wouldn't mind me using that word. So this is a really interesting episode, great guy to listen to, and gives some real practical, actionable advice as well. Don't forget, if you enjoy the show and you want some help with your digital marketing, then you can go to exposureninja.com to request a free website and marketing review. During this review, we'll spend around half an hour looking through your website, your digital marketing, also analyzing what your competitors are doing to drive leads and sales to their site. And we'll put together a prioritized action plan that you can follow to get more leads and sales. It's super cool. Check out our Facebook page. We've had over 250, I think maybe even over 300 5-star reviews for the service. So you're going to absolutely love it. Anyway, without further ado, enjoy the show with Loz. Loz, it's been so long. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back, Tim.
So today we're going to be talking about 3 exciting updates to the Facebook ads platform. Sounds very, very cool. What's the first one that we're looking at?
Yeah, see, just to let you know, the title 3 exciting updates, I wrote that title and I think maybe I might have been a little bit misleading in that title. So one of the exciting updates is actually some bad news. So it's two of them are exciting updates and one of them is something that you should be worried about.
2 exciting updates and a devastating blow.
Yeah, that's true. So do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Let's go for good news.
All right, let's start off with Facebook Analytics. So if you've used Google Analytics, you'll be very, very familiar with the kinds of information that you might be able to see in Facebook Analytics. But yeah, this is kind of the same sort of thing. You can see things like demographic data. So you can see people that visited your website by age, gender, location, that kind of stuff. You can see where they came from. Did they come from search? Did they come from social? That kind of stuff. And you can see what kind of pages on your website are the most popular and that kind of thing as well. So yeah, all the same kind of stuff that you might see in Google Analytics, but now this is obviously a part of the Facebook ads platform. So really, really exciting because this means that yeah, if you're running Facebook ads, but you're not sort of doing anything with Google AdWords or anything like that, then maybe you could just be using Facebook Analytics. You don't even need to install Google Analytics Pixel stuff on your website. You can just stick with the one platform and have all of your data collected in one location. So it could be really good for people like that.
Whoa. Okay, so Facebook Analytics does some stuff that Google Analytics doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's got a few Facebook-specific features. One of the best kind of things about the Facebook Analytics platform is that this will incorporate data across your website if you've got your Facebook Pixel installed on there, but it will also incorporate data from your Facebook page, Facebook business page, and also if you've got a mobile app as well. So for example, one thing which you wouldn't be able to see in Google Analytics would be how many users have you got who have interacted with your brand across those 3 different platforms which I mentioned. So you'd be able to see that user journey from your Facebook page over to your website. You'd be able to know that is the same person and that they have interacted with your brand on multiple occasions. So rather than just seeing that one initial point, when they come into the website, you'd be able to see, well, hey, first they went on my Facebook page, they interacted with the business there, then they went over to the website, checked out a few articles. Then after that, they've gone back to the Facebook page. You'll be able to see that kind of customer journey throughout the Facebook Analytics. So that can be, some really awesome data that you wouldn't be able to get in Google Analytics.
That's very cool. And I guess also this is because the integration with your Facebook ads will be better as well. So you'll be able to see the specific ad campaigns and ad groups that are leading to these visitors, right, through Facebook Analytics.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously you can kind of already do that using Ads Manager, and there's tools available within Ads Manager to see, where are your conversions coming from. But now that you've got this kind of across your entire traffic platform, you don't just have to be looking at the traffic that's coming from your Facebook ads. You can be looking at traffic that's coming from like I say, from search history or from direct interactions with the website, that kind of stuff. So you can see the entire kind of overview of everything. And if you've already set up your, conversion tracking for your Facebook ads in the past, then, using Facebook analytics, it will automatically pull that data through. So you won't have to do anything extra in order to start getting this information in your Facebook analytics account as well.
This is really interesting because I guess there's stuff inside Facebook which Google Analytics will never be able to show, right? Because Facebook just doesn't give it the sort of access that it really wants. So we can't really look at people who've been to your Facebook page and come back and, what they did. Whereas Facebook has that data. Facebook also has all the data about businesses and how many reviews they have and, the quality of the interactions with their audiences and stuff like that. It feels like Facebook is getting ready to take Google on in a big, big way, much bigger than we've seen before.
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, I think for me as somebody who's been doing PPC for quite a while now, I've always installed the Facebook pixel on a customer's website. Then I've installed Google Analytics on the website in order to be able to get that kind of information as well. So I've been using both platforms at the same time, even though I don't have anything to do with Google's paid options for PPC. Whereas now I'm considering the possibility that actually I don't need to install Google Analytics at all. I can maybe get all of that data through Facebook and just the one platform. So I think they are really taking on sort of that whole aspect of Google's business in a big way, I think.
Big stuff. Very, very interesting to see how that plays out. What does it not have that Google Analytics has? There's like some website usability stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a few features that are missing that I definitely find interesting from Google Analytics. So bounce rate isn't anywhere to be found within the Facebook Analytics platform. So that's something which is hugely important in terms of checking that your website's working correctly, that you haven't got any issues with the kind of funnel flow and that sort of thing. Nowhere to be seen on the Facebook Analytics platform. Definitely, I think that's something they need to be looking at including.
It's almost like they don't care as much about the website usability.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, their focus is going to be the Facebook ads and keeping stuff within the Facebook platform. So they've got a much bigger focus on sort of the demographic kind of breakdowns and all that sort of stuff, because they've got that Facebook users history and demographic information, but not as much kind of emphasis on the actual website usability. I think if they get both, then they could be onto something really massive. But until they get that, then there's going to be reasons why you might want to keep with Google Analytics as well, I think.
And overlap, you mentioned overlap as one of the features that it does have. So this is where you can see how people are using your site on different devices, right?
Yeah, so this is a cool thing that I've not seen in Google Analytics. So you can see the number of your customers that have used more than one device. So you can see if somebody's used a computer and a phone, or if they've used a computer and a tablet, or if they've used all three. So for Exposure Ninja's website, 1.38% of our users interacted with our website on both a computer and a phone. So what that kind of suggests to me is that, we might have people that are, initially finding the website, if they're just browsing Facebook on a mobile device, and then, maybe they're coming back later to see that on a bigger device on the computer when they get home or something like that. Or maybe the other way around. Maybe they engage with the website on the computer, and then they take that with them throughout the day. So it suggests to me that we've got the opportunity. This is telling us that we should be focusing on making sure that they have kind of an overall experience that kind of is cohesive, that makes sense together.
Yeah. So the site, the experience on the site is consistent between mobile and desktop.
Yes, and not just the website as well. So this could be people that have engaged with our Facebook page on phone or on computer, and then our website on the other device. So having an experience that's cohesive between those two things could be quite important as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything else that we need to talk about with Facebook analytics?
I think those are the main things really. Is to if you're using if your main focus for your marketing efforts at the moment are on Facebook, then definitely you should be having a look at it, see if it's got all the information you need. If you haven't got Google Analytics set up already, and you have got Facebook set up, then this could be a great kind of way to start getting into some of that data, because they do have a lot of great data, maybe not quite everything at the moment. One thing I should probably just quickly mention, if you are interested in having a look at Facebook analytics for your own website, you will need to migrate your Facebook advert account over to Business Manager. So this feature is not available in the regular Ads Manager. You need to migrate that over to Business Manager. That's not like a paid service or anything. It's called Business Manager, but it doesn't cost extra. It just gives you extra options in terms of what you can do. So you'll need to be a Business Manager user in order to use this feature.
Okay, so next exciting updates to the Facebook ad platform.
Next thing, which we've been experimenting with quite a bit at Exposure Ninja at the moment, is Chatbots. This is obviously based within the Facebook Messenger platform. Basically, we can have automated responses to messages. We can then have follow-up messages that are all automated. We can guide people through an entire conversation without having to have a human on the other end of that. So this can be a kind of a really great way to get that kind of initial conversation started with thousands, hundreds of thousands of customers all at the same time, without having to have and employ a massive staff. Chatbots, really, really cool feature. This is something which, we're starting to see a bit more of in the wild. So I bought a bottle of Volvic water in a petrol station the other day, and on the side of it there's a thing, scan me to find your force in Facebook Messenger app. It's like some kind of tie-in with Star Wars. Obviously, like being a massive marketing nerd, I had to immediately see what the hell this was all about. So I went and scanned it in Messenger, and it directs you straight over to a Messenger bot chat bot that they've set up, and it's basically like a whole kind of choose your own adventure thing that they've got going on with Star Wars, and it's tied in with the Volvic brand and stuff. Not really sure how they're monetizing it particularly, because there doesn't seem to be any point at which they're encouraging me to purchase anything. But I had a little bit of fun finding out which Star Wars character I was and all that kind of stuff. So
I think motivating people to purchase through advertising is a completely alien concept to companies like Volvic.
So I think it was sort of an exciting branding thing for them. Like I say, it's literally just a choose your own adventure. If you want to have a Star Wars choose your own adventure, then head over to the Volvic Facebook page. You can probably message them there.
How could people use this type of thing with a bit more commercial savvy? How could they use it to actually generate responses that...
So there's a couple of different things which you can do with it. So, you can ask people questions and you can get information from them. So for example, one thing that we're doing with it at the moment is if somebody's interested in having some marketing help from Exposure Ninja, then they can go over to our chatbot on our Facebook page, and you can chat to our chatbot on there, and you can request your marketing review all without having to speak to a human, but we'll ask all the relevant information to make sure that we've got enough details collected about your website, about your business, in order to fill out a really detailed, really decent review that's going to be useful for your business. So asking all of those questions is really, really important. And it's something that you can easily kind of put together using a chatbot builder. Some of the other features which are really, really useful, which is so you can set up broadcast options. So if somebody's already engaged with you on Facebook Messenger, what you can do is you can set up a broadcast in the future. So every day they get a message saying something, every week they get a message saying something, and so this can be a great way, in exactly the same way as an email marketing list, just to follow up on your customers, just to keep in their minds, have a little bit more of that mind share. So if they see messages popping up, in Facebook Messenger, then that can be a really fantastic way just to basically show them some more marketing messages. They could be anything. They could be saying, hey, we've got a new product out. They could be just saying, hey, we've got some information that we think might be of useful to you. What the same kind of stuff you would do with email marketing. And obviously one benefit that you're going to have with a chatbot that's integrated with Facebook Messenger over something like email marketing might be the notifications on your phone. So I don't know about you, but for me personally, I've kind of got my email notifications hidden away a little bit bit more. Whereas it's something that's chat based. I want that instantaneous communication. So those notifications pop up right at the top of my phone. So if you can be, on somebody's home screen when they just, turn their phone on, then that could be a really great place to show up and get a little bit more of that mind share.
It certainly can. So how can people get started with Chatbot? What are their different options?
So there's kind of two main platforms for creating a chatbot. The one's called ManyChat and the other one's called ChatFuel. So the one which we set up was with ChatFuel. ManyChat is probably a little bit easier to get started with. It's a little bit more user friendly. So if you think it all sounds a little bit scary, sort of getting started on something like that, then you might want to start with ManyChat. However, there are a couple of features which ManyChat doesn't have that ChatFuel does have, which is why we decided to go with that. If you want to be able to take payments through your chatbot, then you'll need to use ChatFuel. If you want to import your customers' details into a CRM of some kind, you'll need ChatFuel for that. And also there's just a few more options in terms of the way in which you can set up a chat so that there's multiple outcomes. There's different paths that people can take. That kind of stuff is a lot easier to do with ChatFuel than it is to do with ManyChat. So just more advanced kind of features.
Cool. Okay, great. Anything else that we need to talk about with that update to chatbots?
There's a couple of other just small benefits to having a chatbot that it might be worth just mentioning. So one thing, you'll get 100% response rate on Facebook Messenger if you've got a chatbot to set up to automatically message you.
Where you go on someone's page and it says 98% response rate or 80% response rate or whatever. So if you use a chatbot, then you immediately get automatically 100% response rate. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you can get kind of different levels that, and have different colors associated with them. At the moment, ours says very responsive to messages on the Exposure Ninja page. That can be, responds to messages reasonably quickly, and it can be, almost never responds to messages kind of thing. So, if you want to have that kind of green tick, and you want people to say, "Hey, this is a business that's going to actually respond to me if I message them, if I post on their Facebook page," then a chatbot can be a really great way to do that without having a massive staff of people sitting there answering everything automatically.
There's also like a curiosity for people, isn't it, to see how chatbots work at the moment. So you with the Volvic thing, I'm thinking in 3 years' time when chatbots are everywhere, you're probably not going to be messaging the Volvic chatbot. But for the time being, it's still quirky and interesting enough for you to test that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is, like you say, I had a little text adventure with Volvic and Star Wars just because it was new and exciting. But like you say, if we see that everywhere, then people probably are going to get bored of it. So if you're going to try it out, then try it out sooner rather than later. Get something up just so that people can play with it. You can get something set up, simple, set up very, very quickly. So yeah, definitely worth giving it a try.
Cool. And I guess it also helps if you're building that broadcast list, if you're struggling with email deliverability. Well, now you've got your Facebook feed and they're going to be much more responsive because people aren't getting used to getting email promotions in their Facebook feed as they are.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe once I've got 100 chatbots installed on my Messenger, then I might turn the notifications off for that like I already have for my emails. But for the time being, it can be a great way to get, like I say, right on someone's phone desktop, I think.
Perfect. Anything else that we need to talk about with Facebook chatbots?
One last little feature which I've seen recently is you can set it up so that if somebody abandons a checkout cart on your website, if somebody abandons the cart they don't purchase, if they were signed into Facebook when they were going through the checkout process on your website, you can send them a message using a chatbot just saying, "Hey, you didn't check out. These are the items that are in your basket. Do you want to do that now?" You can set up options in order to take that payment and take that order through chatbot as well, or you could just direct them back to the website to do that as well, to do that on there if that might be a little bit easier. But it's just a really great feature because it means that, if somebody did that by accident, if they, got distracted by something else, if they had to go and, take care of the kids or whatever it might be, and they abandon the checkout, then you've got another chance to follow up with them. Whereas probably through your checkout process on the website, you might not have their email address collected yet. So you might not necessarily be able to email them and say, "Hey, you didn't purchase our products," but you can do that with a chatbot. So that's another useful feature.
Yes, definitely. I think Shopify has that, and there must be a plugin that allows you to do it with WooCommerce.
Yeah, so there's a plugin to do this with basically any e-commerce platform now. Shopify and WooCommerce have got plugins built in to do that easily, but you can do it with pretty much any e-commerce business if you want to.
Okay, awesome. So the devastating blow to the Facebook ad platform.
Yeah, so Facebook has been trying out some tests to the news feed. They've been trying out these tests in a couple of different countries. It's not in the UK or the US at the moment. They've been testing it out in Sri Lanka, Bolivia, Slovakia, Serbia, Guatemala, and Cambodia. And basically what the tests are is any business pages, if they post organic content, then that content won't show up in the newsfeed unless you pay to have that show up. So at the moment, businesses are probably already familiar with the option to boost a post on Facebook, but this is completely removing any organic content from a business page. So massive change, which could, drastically reduce the visibility of a business on Facebook. Might make it a lot harder for people to reach their fans. So the way in which this test kind of works is what they're doing is they're taking it out of the news feed because they're now putting it into a separate side feed, which is called the Explore feed, which is basically going to be filled with kind of more marketing messages, and it's going to be filled with news articles and that kind of stuff. So yeah, this could if they do roll this out to more countries, and this could be a massive blow to businesses' visibility on Facebook, I think.
I actually have a completely different way of looking at it. I think it's a good thing. Basically, let's be honest, organic visibility is almost nothing at the moment, or for most businesses, like real daily life stuff. I know that there are sites like BuzzFeed and stuff like that might really struggle with this, but for your average business, organic visibility on Facebook is pretty low, and you're not really getting any visibility unless you pay anyway. So the actual day-to-day change isn't going to be massive, but I think the benefit is that it keeps people on Facebook. It stops the Facebook newsfeed from being crowded by low-quality organic business messages, which is every company's worst nightmare, because it's gonna help people to get more comfortable with ignoring commercial messages on Facebook. So for me, anything that clears away the crap competitors is a good thing. And then if we're confident in our marketing, then we're going to be happy to pay for those messages to reach people, and the platform should perform better for us as a result, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see the argument behind that. So yeah, like you say, if you're not willing to put some advertising spend behind that marketing message that you're putting on your Facebook page, then maybe you do need to question, is this message good enough to go on my Facebook page anyway? Should I have this as an organic post if I'm not willing to pay in order to have people see this? Yeah, if you're not willing to pay, then it probably means that maybe this message isn't really anywhere near as exciting as you think it is.
That's a good point. Yes. If you're not going to pay, then you're either very, very cheap, or the post probably wasn't worth the payment, in which case it shouldn't really go up anyway.
Yeah.
So this Explore feed, they're testing it in some countries where the results maybe aren't going to be as impactful to Facebook's earnings as if they tested it straight away in the UK. How do you think this is going to roll out? Do you think, looking at what people are saying about it at the moment, do you think it's going to roll out as is? Are they going to keep testing it? Like, what's the deal?
Well, Facebook's current official statement is that they have no plans to roll out the test globally. Now, the fact that they don't have a plan to roll it out, doesn't necessarily mean that they won't. It just means that they're still in the testing phase. But yeah, so they have said that this isn't something which they're intending to do right now. But yeah. I would be very surprised if it wasn't the kind of direction that they're looking to go in. Facebook has lowered the visibility of organic content from business pages quite a few times in the past, like you say, to try and get rid of some of that low quality content which shows up. If they weren't doing this again, I'd be quite surprised. So I think it's more a question of when are they going to start introducing a feature like this, rather than if they're going to do it. But yeah, currently there isn't any word that they're going to roll this out. I guess we'll have to wait and see how their tests go. There is a little bit of news on how the tests are going at the moment, if you wanted to know a little bit about that.
Yes, let's do it.
In Cambodia, which is one of the 6 countries that they're testing it in, they've seen an average drop for a business page of 60% in terms of the amount of people that they're able to reach.
Is this through normal organic posting?
Well, I think this is the total reach for the business. So this would include their organic and paid as well. So it's not entirely clear. If organic has gone to a completely zero, if it's just reduced massively. But yeah, a reduction of engagement and traffic from your Facebook page of over half, could be quite a big blow to a lot of small businesses out there. So yeah, it might make a huge difference. But yeah, obviously we need a bit more data about, where is that 60% drop coming from, and are there ways around it?
For me, this is the next step in a very logical thing that's happening, which is that businesses that post crap on Facebook are struggling, right? And really that crap had no place. And I think if you post good stuff, if you post engaging stuff that people like, and that actually adds value to people's lives, Facebook is always going to find a way to show that, whether it's you put a small budget behind it or whether you have to put a big budget behind it or whatever. But if you're just posting rubbish and it's not working and no one's engaging with it, you kind of deserve not to get that visibility. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, at the same time, obviously, if you're a business out there that's been getting some traffic from Facebook without paying for it, and now you're going to have to pay to receive, as far as you're concerned, exactly the same service, then this could still be quite painful for your business. But yeah, I think it does just come back to that argument, doesn't it, that we had earlier, that if you're not willing to put some advertising spend behind it, then maybe it's a marketing message that you can just not post in the future.
It's not like you have to put a lot of cash behind a Facebook post to get it visibility. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we do for our clients, we're putting sometimes, £3, £5. I know that one of the things that we did for Hofmeister got, I think, visibility of like 18,000 people, and it costs £20 to do. So It's not, you don't have to be like some massive rolling in cash company to get some paid visibility on Facebook, as long as the posts are engaging. Like if the posts aren't engaging, yeah, you can put a lot of money and not get much back. But if the posts are engaging, then a small amount of money goes a long way, or it does currently.
The sort of average CPM, if you're on the Facebook ads platform at the moment, is around about sort of £4 or £5. So I mean, it can definitely be lower depending on how good your targeting is and the relevance score of your ad. But yeah, so I mean that's not too bad in terms of in terms of a CPM for showing people that marketing message.
Cool. Right. Anything else we need to talk about with this?
So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's something to be aware of, and it's something to maybe think about. That you might need to change your strategy in the future, but maybe it's not quite as doom and gloom as my initial reactions to that news story was.
I think I'm just fundamentally optimistic. There's always a good thing. There's always good news in all of these things. Google punishes crap links. That's great because it means it'll be easier to rank with good quality content. There's always a positive angle.
That is very true. Yeah. I've got a couple of slightly smaller features, which I don't have as much to talk about, but just something that I was talking with Keith, who's been running a lot of our Facebook ads recently. Some of the features which he's found most exciting recently. So, do you want to have a quick fire round before we finish this podcast episode?
Let's quick fire them.
So, lead gen ads. So, this is the option on Facebook. Rather than sending somebody to a landing page, you've got the option to just basically create a form where people can fill out their details within the Facebook platform. Really, really great because it means that people don't have to go to external website. They can collect leads within Facebook itself. So yeah, really useful feature.
Yep, that is very, very cool. And it prevents the rubbish website from derailing the performance of the campaign.
Yeah, it can be really useful. Yeah, and if all you want is just a name and an email address, and you've got something to offer, some kind of lead generation offer for them, then this can be a fantastic way to do that really, really effectively. Next one is message ads. So this could work really, really well in conjunction with the chatbot that we talked about earlier. So yeah, and Traditionally, obviously, a PPC ad, you're paying for the click and they're going over to a website. And like I say, now you can pay for people for lead generation. So they go to a lead form. You can also send them to your Facebook Messenger platform as well. So if you've got a chatbot set up that's going to have a conversation with them, then you could pay in order to get people to show there. This is one of the newest ad options which Facebook has given. So currently the CPMs for this will be quite low, which means that you'll be able to get lots of traffic for quite cheap. So it might be worth having a try if you manage to get your chatbot set up quickly.
Indeedy.
Next one is Canvas ads. So Canvas ads is just basically the option. It's on mobile devices. You can set up something so that people can swipe around and interact with kind of like a mini web page, but within the Facebook platform. So they don't have to leave and go to a website, but they can browse through products on there. They can see testimonials all in one place. They can have a 360 view. Then they can spin around and be inside the picture and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, loads of options to just sort of do more kind of creative and interaction stuff. So if you don't think your products can be showcased with a single ad picture and a little bit of text, then Canvas ads might be something you want to try out.
For sure.
And then last thing is just to say...
I'm just like hype man here.
And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, so in Ads Manager, there's been loads of features just in terms of quality of life. So if you went into the Facebook ads platform before and you found it overwhelming, they've simplified a lot of things down. So performance insights is much easier to find. So you can see stats about how many people are engaging with a specific ad, how many people are commenting on it and all that kind of stuff. A lot easier than you used to be able to. You can do the same for campaign level as well. You can find ads within an ad set a lot easier. You can duplicate ads within an ad set a lot easier. And there's also integration, Facebook pixel integrations for Shopify and WooCommerce now. So if you were put off doing some proper decent Facebook ad campaign stuff because of Facebook pixel, having to install that on your website, you have to do a little bit of HTML code to get that working. Now all you need to do is copy and paste one 12-digit number into your Shopify platform and you're done. That's it. The conversion tracking will be set up for you. So it's easier than ever to get into Facebook ads if you've been put off it in the past.
Love that. It's even easier if you contact Exposure Ninja at exposureninja.com/review and get a free website marketing review, and we suggest Facebook ad management. Lots, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone for tuning in.
All right, thanks, Tim.